गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. 22nd Gita. Today is Sunday. So Gita, we are going to speak on Gita. Bhashyasparsheshu 21 and 22nd we'll discuss. Bhashyasparsheshvasaktatma Vindattatmani yat sukham sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukhamakshayamashnote. Bhashyasparsheshu asaktatma. A person who is interested in the Bhashyasparsheshu, in the contact with the external objects. External means what? Anything other than oneself. External is anything other than oneself is external. Now, that external contact with the external has to happen through sense organs and mind. Without sense organs and mind, contact with the external world is impossible, isn't it? So, through you have to use sense organs and mind. So, with the sense organs, you come in touch with external objects. With mind also, you come in contact with external objects. Not directly, through sense organs. So, the mind gets certain sensations. Mind gets sensations through sense organs and emotional experiences at the level of mind. See, two levels. One is the sensation through sense organs and emotions at the level of the mind. But the emotion arises either through perception or your memory. Okay. Through mind, two things are there. Either through perception, which is through the sense organs, direct perception, or through memory, or through imagination. Memory pertains to past, perception is present, memory pertains to past, and imagination pertains to future. So through these three ways, either you directly perceive an object through your sense organs, or you remember the past event or a person whom you have seen before. Okay? Whom you have seen before, you remember. When you recall, you are filled with an emotion, either good or bad, a positive emotion or a negative emotion. Either you hate or you become pleased. You may recall your unpleasant experiences of past or pleasant experiences. Okay. Then imagination also. You imagine somebody or something, some object, some event, then you will be filled with either a joy or a sorrow. So, an emotion arises in the mind, one through perception, two through memory, third through imagination. Okay. So, when you are directly in contact with external object through sense organs, there are sensations. So sensations give rise to some pleasant, unpleasant sensations. But mind starts feeling them emotionally. It feels that this sensation is agreeable to me. Another sensation is disagreeable, unacceptable to me. So a sensation, if you feel agreeable, you feel happy. If it is disagreeable, you feel unhappy. Okay. So sensations themselves are sometimes agreeable, disagreeable. Second is, at the level of the mind, you develop an emotion. At the level of the mind, you develop another emotion. Emotion is a reaction like a harsha, vishada. See, you acquire something. One is acquiring something. Another is your reaction of rejoicing or feeling unhappy with it, sorrowful with it, sadness with it. Okay. So at emotional level, you feel a sentiment with it. You feel a joy. You feel a joy in success, or you feel that, oh, sad that you lost it, you missed it, or sorry that you got some other unexpected disagreeable experience, a disagreeable sensation you got. So this is an emotional level reaction. Okay. So one is a sensation level, another is an emotional level. So then intellectually also you feel insulted, humiliated, or you feel honored. This intellect interprets that I am respected, I am disrespected. This is an intellect. Emotional level, intellectual level, or at the level sense organ, sensational level. These three kinds of pleasures, bahya sparsheshu, all these are bahya. Bhashyam, bhashya sparsha. Sparsha means contact with the external things, something other than myself. Asaktatma, a person who is attached, who is interested, who is attached, who is interested. Who most of the people, almost all the people are like that, Alan. Only a person who learns to detach from the external contacts, bahya sparsha, he learns a detachment, vairagya from the bahya sparsha, external contacts. He alone enjoys the joy of a different level. But commonly most of the people enjoy the pleasures of sense organ level, which all animals enjoy. Like the tongue tastes, eyes see the beautiful form. Here you like to hear the pleasant music, pleasant sounds. With the sense of touch also, you want to have a pleasant touches. In winter, you like to have a warm touch, and even like this. So these are all, with all five sense organs, we like to have an agreeable sensations. Then at the level of the mind, not only you love the touching and the seeing, but emotionally you want to feel something little more, a love, a relationship of some kind of, these are my people. So we call it mamakara in Indian languages. Along with sensations, you feel a mamakara, an object which belongs to you, an area which belongs to you, a house belongs to you, a chair belongs to you, or a person belongs to you. In that belongingness, you feel an attachment that this is mine. A feeling of mine also gives you a joy, a relational joy. Okay? So all these things come through contact. So commonly people get the pleasures only through them, but these pleasures have their own limitations. In the next shloka, 22nd shloka discusses this. Okay? Bhashya sparsha yat sukham bhashya sparsheshu asaktatma yat sukham atmani vindati yat sukham vindati tat sukham brahmayoga yuktatma atmanyeva akshayam ashnate. This atmani pada, we have to take it with the next line, following line. That is the second line of the 21st shloka. First shloka, you leave out the atmani and take the meaning of the rest of the sentence. Bhashyasparsheshu asaktatma yat sukham vindati. A person who depends on external contact, either perception or memory or imagination or emotional relationship, all these things. Through this kind of relationship, that means a person gets happiness only through contact, only through some kind of a dependency. He depends on external things, good memories, good imaginations, good perceptions, agreeable perception, then also emotions and all. such a person gets some joy. But that joy is, two things are there, temporary, three things are there, three mistakes in that joy. The happiness which is born of the external objects, contact with the external objects and things and people, events, everything. When such a happiness arises, it has got three defects. One is, it is temporary because it depends upon external contact. When the contact diminishes or goes away, your joy also goes away. Happiness goes away. Second is, sometimes even when there is a contact, in spite of the contact, your mind loses interest, your taste, it loses the taste, then you say, oh, this is enough, I want another one. Anything which was new, you feel attracted. Once you achieve it, you acquire it, you start enjoying. After over a period of time, that novelty wears out. The freshness, that attraction wears out, then you lose interest in it. In spite of its presence, you are not fond of it, you want something else. You want a change. Either your mind wants a change or the contact itself comes to an end. Either the contact comes to an end or your mind changes. In either way, the happiness born of an external contact is limited. One, limited. Second is, it arises only through contact. That means it makes you dependent. Anything dependent is still extraneous to you. Dependency means it is an extraneous, it is not natural to you. See, the idea of dependency means it comes through others, not natural to you. So in the dependency, there is a strain, psychological stress. Even though you acquire, still you feel it is a dependency. One is limitation, limited in time. Second is the dependency. Third is, it is not full and complete. It is not perfect. It still is a deficient. It is inadequate because it is not natural. It is subject to improvement. So any happiness that is born of external contacts suffers from these three defects. ಈ ಮೂರು ದೋಷಗಳಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಇಟ್ ಸಫರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಾಂట్లో ಬಾಹ್ಯ ವಿಷಯ ಸಂಬಂಧಂతో పుట్టిన సుఖంలో ఈ మూడు దోషాలు ఉంటాయి. ఈ మూడు దోషಗಳಿರುತ್ತವೆ. దీస్ ఆర్ ద త్రీ డిఫెక్ట్స్ born of external contact. In the happiness born of external contact, one is anitya dosha. Anitya dosha means it wears out, it goes away, limited in terms of time. కొంతకాలానికి అయిపోతుంది, ముగిసిపోతుంది. సెకండ్ వన్ డిపెండెన్సీ, పరాధీన సర్వం పరవశం దుఃఖం సర్వమాత్మవశం సుఖం. Manu says in the Manusmriti, Manu says many beautiful Vedantic ideas. So people just don't look at them, they only start hating it, because we learnt from our Indologists, European Indologists and even Indian Indologists also no less. Their followers, followers of European Indologists, some of them are good, leaving few exceptions. Most of them, let us say, they have got very peculiar ideas. So they interpreted all differently. So they called Manu, they started with hatred. So we inherited the hatred, at least we borrowed the hatred. Before we read, first you hate, then don't read at all. You hate and don't read at all. And we miss a lot of treasure in Manu's writings. Lot of beautiful ideas about life and understanding, relationship, so many things, values, and your inner Atma, many things he talks of. They are not interested. They take one or two, a few social relationship and certain things, referring to those context of those days. they start hating now. There seems to be no solution for hatred. Except dropping the hatred, there is no solution. You continue to be in your hatred. More you hate, more you think about it through hatred, you think negatively. More you think, more hatred. First you start with hatred, a little hatred. Out of hatred, you misunderstand, misinterpret, think negatively about them. Then this negative thinking reinforces your hatred, arouses more hatred. More hatred encourages you to think more negatively. More negative, more hatred, more hatred, more negative, more hatred, hatred, negativity. This vicious circle goes on endlessly. ద్వేషం వల్ల తప్పుగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే ద్వేషం వల్ల తప్పుగా అర్థం చేసుకోవటం, ఇట్ గోస్ ఆన్ విషవలయం. This Vishavalaya circle of hatred goes on. They never come out of this. Ultimately, hating everything, destroying everything. Hindus wants to destroy by borrowing others' hatred against themselves. It's a very sad thing. In Europe and America, the real ancestral religions and cultures were destroyed by Christianity and Islam. We don't say that everything was good, but at least it represented a lot of spiritual good ideas, much deeper understanding of life and ideas. And those things were destroyed by Christianity and Islam. They are wiped out completely. Even if you want to do research through archaeology, you won't get it. Literature, you won't get. No sadhana, no tradition, no guru, nothing. Everything is destroyed. But in India, partly destroyed, but Hindus resisted destruction. They stuck to their religion, culture. Even if they killed, they would not give up. Then they understood it seems to be impossible to destroy Hinduism, spirituality and culture and all that. Then we do one thing. We'll create a hatred in Hindus. They start hating themselves. Instead of we destroying, they will destroy themselves gradually. That's what they have done it, and it's happening now. Hindus learn to hate themselves. I think I have never seen anywhere in the world such a thing. Probably it is there, I don't know. My knowledge of the world is limited. But in nowhere in our Shastras you find a person hating himself, his own culture, misinterpreting. You believe your enemy. You believe your enemy's misinterpretation, enemy's hatred for your religion and culture. Every Bhagavad Gita, every Manusmriti, you read it through the eyes of missionaries. Through the eyes of European American missionaries. Can you imagine? And you know those fellows have come only to destroy you, only to misinterpret you. But still you borrow their eyes and try to look at yourself through them. It's not once or twice, it is throughout India. All it is an entrenched gaze, entrenched view of yourself. This view, this vision, this understanding of yourself is totally borrowed hatred. And in your own life, your parents don't hate you. Your parents give you good culture and take care of you. But you are taught to hate your parents because they hate. Now you start seeing parents, everything negatively through your parents, through your husband and wife, your family system, your children, your religion, your culture, your Shastra, your Devata. You start seeing negatively because they said it and therefore you do it. What they maintain is the respectability they maintain. The respectability, the missionaries, the Indologists maintain it. Even if they are proven wrong, Aryan invasion is proven wrong, but still we never lose respect for this European Indologist. It is not an ordinary fraud. It is a terrible, unforgivable crime. But still we smile and then continue to read the same book. That is what is the basis. It is not knowingly they did, not that innocently they said it. They knew it very well, consciously did it, and they maintained it. Aryan invasion and etc., they maintained consciously. Consciously it was created, not that innocently out of ignorance they did it. They wanted to create, and it was a intentional and planned, and it is a motivated agenda. And still we believed it. Even now we continue to believe it. Because they spend a lot of money. It is a full-fledged government. They have nothing else to, only to create false ideas and maintain them, spend a lot of money, universities, pay salaries, create professors, and they write books, teach and talk, and then goes on a huge movement of telling lies and creating hatred for themselves. Can you imagine such a huge propaganda material, propaganda mechanism? So the Europe lives the present Christianity and the prevalent Christianity. There may be a thin trend of Christianity which is spiritual, which may be there somewhere unknown, it is not known. But the prevalent Christianity, prevalent Islam I am talking, it is a propaganda mechanism with full-fledged money, international power, political power, economic power, social power, and using intellectual all means, all modern media material, TVs, appropriating Wikipedia and allow them to, they put the people there, those who can write anything negative about India alone, Wikipedia does it. Wikipedia is only anti-Indiapedia, anti-Hindupedia, that's all. Because they love to do that. That is the only job they have got it. In fact, anything they newly start, its main goal is to talk anything negatively about India and Hinduism. Because there is no other purpose. What else to do? They spend massive funding, massive money, huge amount of money only to hate. Can you imagine? Do you think that hatred is a Purushartha sadhanam for somebody? Destruction is a Purushartha, hatred is a sadhanam. And you dedicate all your life only for this. Not one man's life, the whole national life. Centuries together. Indians are unable to understand. Can a person is a valuable human life you waste in this thing? You can achieve something, spiritual inwardness, and grow and learn and then attain your moksha. No. Destruction is the real goal of life. Can you imagine? Hindus are unable to digest it, unable to believe it. Can anybody do like that? No, you might be exaggerating. This may not be true. How can they do like that? See, they won. They escape your rejection. See, that means they won't get rejected by you simply because what they do looks incredible for us. See, this is one good weapon the moderners, these Christians and missionaries, and then all other people also, mullahs and etc. Islam also does it. They commit such a destruction, hatred, etc. so incredible that if you bring the information to you, you think that you mean this happened? It looks so unbelievable. Can a human being go to such an extent? Oh, this may not be possible. It looks so exaggerated. Probably you misunderstood. Probably you got misinformed. Can a person be so cruel? By this incredibility, they are escaping your rejection. You are not able to believe. You don't take seriously. You continue in the same thing. Again, they commit another one. Again, the news brought to you. You say, did they do? You mean? Oh, it may not be possible. How can they do like? So this incredibility is the one they are living on. That is their greatest strength. They commit incredible crime. And it looks for you, oh, it may be exaggerated. May not be. So how can a human being be like that? They behave like devils, demons, unbelievable demons. That unbelievability is their strength. Do you see? Unbelievability is their strength. They escape. Therefore, it has become impossible for us to convince our Hindus. I've been trying for the last 30 years, talking. They just don't believe. Hardly one or two people, very few people believe. Most of the people still they say, oh, may not be true. How can a human being be like that? How can such a big country, nation, so many people, universities, educated people, you mean all these intelligent people write books, study, travel, see, you mean all of them want to hate and destroy? May not be true. How can that be? How can a human being be like that? You need to see them, interact with them, live with the missionaries to believe. Probably even if you live 10 years with them, you will be surprised and shocked, and you say that no, my something is wrong with my eyes. I cannot believe. How can they be like that? This is the thing. This is the greatest strength of them. Even if you live 10 years with him, you may think probably I might have mistaken. How can a person be so cruel? So much creating hatred. What did they do in Europe and America? People are unable to believe. What did they do, America? You mean the whole America they have wiped out and destroyed? Yes, they have destroyed old culture, civilization, people, everything. You see them, the Native Americans. You mean, is it true? You mean, is it believable? Maybe exaggerated. Maybe a small thing, 1 or 2 people must have done it. Or maybe 10, 20 people. You mean the whole thing? Oh, may not be true. You mean whole Europe is destroyed? Yes, whole Europe is destroyed. But how can that happen? Ayyo Rama, this is the big problem. This is the big problem. I don't know how to say that. How to make them believe? It is becoming impossible to, because we don't have good books for easy reading for Indians, which exposes the whole world. Whole world. It is a kind of a disease. That's why I called it Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. It comes right in front of you with the sweet words, with a kind of service, education. We want to do service, we want to do education, but their basic motive is to destroy you, convert you, destroy you, misrepresent your religion. They spend a lot of money. Universities are established to study Veda and show how Veda is wrong, how Upanishad is negatively, Bhagavad Gita is something wrong, Manu was a villain, wicked, and ultimately you Hindus are fools. And we tell you, see, if a person comes and tells you, shall I tell you one thing? You are a fool. I'm sincerely telling you, you are a fool. Hindus say, come on, you must be joking. How can a person openly come and tell me on my face that you are a fool? Oh, you must be joking. They tell openly, but still we don't believe. We are here only to destroy your religion, I tell you. You are heathens. We want to destroy you. We want to wipe out your religion. Our goal, it is our God-given right. We are here only to destroy you. We have no other goal by hook or crook, and there is no compromise. This is our goal. At some time or other, we want to wipe out whole Hinduism. This is our goal, and this wiping out and nothing but this. And we are not hiding you, and we don't compromise you. We are not diluted this goal, and this is the goal and the only goal, and we have been doing, we do it and we will do it. Until completely wiped out. How can they do like that? Oh, may not be true. They say like that. Some people may be doing it, may not be true. Hindus still don't believe it. Because how can people want to destroy others' religion? And Hinduism we are not hurting. People say Hinduism is not hurting them. We only ask them to leave us to ourselves. That's all. We leave us to ourselves. Whatever the necessity comes, we keep reforming. Hindu society keeps reforming, changing, but retaining its basic principles. External certain situational things may change. See, you allow us. We will learn. You leave your books and you try to teach whatever you want to teach, your Christianity, Islam and communism. We listen. Whatever is good, we adopt from it for the human good. They say no question of adopting, no question of reforming, only destroying you, wiping out is the only goal. Okay? We want to wipe out, and without mincing words, we tell you, and we are doing it, it is our goal. No law will stop us. We change the law, we already put in your constitution, your Indian constitution, that conversion is our goal, and that is the only religious practice we practice in India. And your constitution, we put it already, you fools have incorporated in your constitution. And they smile at you. We people say that, no, we have accommodated you. See how Hindus are generous and open-minded. We believe in pluralism and all that. Yeah, we know. We make pluralism with you. We make you follow pluralism so that we can destroy you. Okay? You think that we came here only to live along with you, coexist with you. You think we Christian missionaries have come to coexist with you. We Muslims have come to you to coexist with you, to wipe out. Don't you see what we did in Pakistan? Don't you see what we did in Kashmir? Don't you see what we did in Bengal? And what we are doing in Kerala and in the present Bengal? And then all other places, don't you see? Oh, you don't see. You don't believe it. Oh, that's good. This is what we want. Your disbelief of our criminality is our real asset, real strength. We openly declare, but you don't believe. I know. Okay. You don't believe it, I know. That's enough. With this, your disbelief of our evil motive to destroy you, we will destroy you. You become easy target. Okay, we destroy all your spirituality, your religion, we misinterpret. We spend a lot of money. We'll give you money and destroy. We don't destroy you freely. We'll give you money and we'll create a hatred in you. Through you alone, we destroy. You write a book against Bhagavad Gita. You write a book against Manu. You write a book against your own Upanishads. We will make you a good scholar of anti-Upanishad scholar, anti-Bhagavad Gita scholar will make you. And you will write a book. And you say that Aryans invaded. We were invaders. We were not natives. We were not natives of India. We are invaders. We have destroyed India. Oh, how proudly you write a book and repeat it. And feel proud that, yes, I have destroyed. Okay. And they are laughing. They say, Abba, Hindus are so nice people. They don't believe our evil motive. And they, in fact, cooperate with us. They welcome us. Our Vivekananda told, you come, each village we want Jesus. Come and teach in each. We want missionaries of Jesus. Missionaries of Jesus, come and teach in every corner of India, every village. Come and teach, Vivekananda wrote. Okay? Therefore, you just come. We welcome. We'll give you freedom. We are so proud that we give you freedom. You write books. You allow us to talk. We allow you to talk to us. Write books. And we give you. We don't sue you. We have no blasphemy law. Know that? We have no blasphemy. You can abuse our Bhagavad Gita. We'll read your books and give you reviews. Okay? And next generation, we will follow you. And third generation, we start hating you. We start hating ourselves. Not you. We don't hate you. That you remember for sure. Okay? We will become your followers and start hating ourselves. Okay? We'll become your followers. We never have any criticism against you. Your missionaries and all that. We don't have any criticism, Indologists. We follow you and we hate ourselves. We are so sincere, nice people. We are so nice, so gentle, so good people. You understand? Our Indians are so nice people. And they say, yes, you are very nice people. You allow us to destroy. You don't suspect us. But if I ask you to hate yourself, you really hate yourself. How sincere bhaktas you are. Sincere shishyas of European Indologists and missionaries. Okay? Sincere bhakta and devotees and shishya. So you follow us. We ask you to hate yourself. We hate you. We interpret your Manusmriti. You follow and you repeat it. You hate your Manu. Okay? How nice people are. Missionaries are so nice people. Hindus are so nice people. They come together. They create another nicety. Two nice people come together and create another nice. What is that? Hatred of yourself. Hatred of Hinduism, hatred of spirituality, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and everything. What a beautiful thing. A new revolution we are bringing into the world. People want to read the books of past history. I'm telling you present history, that's all. I'm telling you present history, current history. This is what we are, not only current history. We generally, your life becomes a history for others. But here it is our life for ourselves. Direct history. You are living history. That means you are studying a history before you make your history. Before you create a history, you can study your history. I am telling you that history. This is what we are. Okay, how great we are. I think there is nobody so great like us Indians, like Hindus, anywhere in the world. Europeans are regretting now after their old religion, ancestral religions are destroyed. Now they want to get back. But Hindus, even after looking at Europeans, regret that they want to get back to their ancestral religion, pre-Christian religion, okay, pre-Islamic religion. They want to get back. They are fed up. They don't like it. We see them, we read them, but still we want to do the same thing. Okay, it's a strangeness. I don't know. I don't understand what is Bhagavan's Leela. Bhagavan's Leela. That's why we told Kali Yuga. We gave a name to Kali Yuga. This is the thing. Incomprehensible. Probably this is called Kali Yuga, which nobody can understand, nobody can solve. You see the problem right in front of you. You can't solve it. You know you are seeing it. You can tell him, he won't believe. You show him directly, this is pen, he won't believe it. Okay? And this is hurting you, you tell him. He doesn't believe. I think this is Kali Yuga. If you can really escape this Kali Yuga, you are not an ordinary man. I tell you, you are really a saint. You are really a lucky person. That you are a bhakta, that God has really blessed you. You have really received the blessing of Bhagavan. That you have not come under this Kali Yuga. The Kali has not influenced you. Kali has not possessed you. Kali has left you. You must have done lot of punya in your past janma, in this janma, and you have escaped the possession of Kali. Very good. So, Manu told, Sarvam Paravasham Dukkham, Sarvamatma Vasham Sukham. Little deviation, but sometimes we need this also. Okay? In the happiness that we get as a result of the contact with the external world suffers from three defects. Mooru doshagaliruttave. Suffers from three defects. One is, it is limited. That means the pleasure wears out, gets exhausted, wears out. Second is dependency, paradhinata. In paradhinata, you don't get a total pleasure, total happiness. A kind of a stress is there. A stress, because there is something coming from outside. It is not natural. It suffers from naturality. It looks a little unnatural, borrowed. Dependency means, paradhinata means, it looks borrowed, coming from outside. It is not natural. See, in the naturalness, the naturalness itself contributes to an element of the happiness. So when it is a borrowed happiness from the external world, external objects and relationship, there is a kind of pleasure, but still it suffers from unnaturalness, borrowedness, artificiality, borrowedness. It suffers from these defects of paradhinata, coming from outside. బాహ్యದಿಂದ బరుತ್ತಿద్దు, బయట నుంచి వస్తున్నది అనిపిస్తుంది, కృత్రిమత అనిపిస్తుంది. బయట నుంచి వస్తున్నది సహజత్వం లోపిస్తుంది అందులో. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದು ಎರಡನೇ ದೋಷ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಷಯೇಂದ್ರಿಯ ಸಂಯೋಗ ಸುಖ. ವಿಷಯೇಂದ್ರಿಯ ಸಂಯೋಗ ಸುಖ, ದ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ contact with the external objects, suffers from three defects, as I told you. The third defect is, it is incomplete, because each contact gives you some kind of happiness, another contact gives you little more. It is always subject to improvement. It is not absolute. అది విషయ సంబంధంతో ఇంకా కొంచెం పెరిగేదే కానీ పూర్ణత పొందింది కాదు. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂರ್ಣತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವಮ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಫರ್ದರ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟು ಇಟ್, ಟು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟು ಇಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಷಯೇಂದ್ರಿಯ ಸಂಯೋಗಜನ್ಯ ಸುಖಂ, ದ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಐದರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೀಸ್ 3 levels ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಸಫರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 3 defects. ಈ 3 ದೋಷಗಳು. ಒಂದು, it is limited in terms of time. It is temporary. Let us say it is a temporary. Third is unnatural. Coming from outside, it is a borrowed. Third one is subject to improvement. ఇంకా పెరుగుతుంది, పెరిగే అవకాశం ఉన్నది, పూర్ణత్వం కాదు. It's not complete and absolute. These are the but human being, the human heart is satisfied only with this, only with such happiness which is free from 3 defects. ఈ 3 దోషాలు, ఈ 3 కొరతలు లేనట్టి ఆనందంతోనే మానవుడి హృదయం పరిపూర్ణతను, తృప్తిని పొందగలుగుతుంది. సో ద హ్యూమన్ హార్ట్ becomes satisfied with that happiness which is free from these 3 defects. Okay. Therefore, Bhashyasparsheshvasaktatma vindyatkyatmani yat sukham. So, the sukham, whatever an ordinary people get, ordinary means those who have not done special sadhana for spirituality, they live as they are born. Or they may learn little bit of refinement of modern civilization, pleasures and etc. You may refine little more, all those things, okay. But they are all still at that level alone. Therefore, they are temporary. That is anityam. And paradhinam, that is an artificial or borrowed one. Third one is subject to improvement. Satishayam, niratishayam kadu. Satishayam, subject to improvement. But a Brahma Yoga Yuktatma, Bhashyasparsheshu Asaktatma, a person is identified with the body, mind and sense organ. Through sense organ, through mind, he gets the external pleasures. Through the external objects, whatever happiness he gets, they are yat sukham vindate. That's not a complete sukham. All that sukham is included in his higher sukham. That is Brahma Yoga Yuktatma. Brahma Yoga. Yoga is connection, contact. Brahma, contact with Brahman. Contact with Brahman means discovery of Brahman. Brahmanu taanu endu telusukovatam. Brahma contact andre, Brahma yogam andre sambandham. Sambandham andre Brahmane taanu, taane Brahma, taanu Brahma endu telukolluvadarinda yuktatma. He gets that happiness which is akshayam sukham. Akshayam means what? It is free from these 3 defects. ఈ 3 దోషాలు, కొరతలు లేనట్టిది. అంటే అనిత్యం కాదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ టెంపరరీ, దట్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎటర్నల్. సెకండ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ న్యాచురల్. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఎటర్నల్, శాశ్వతమైంది, నిత్యమైంది. రెండవది కృత్రిమం కాదు, బయట నుంచి వచ్చింది కాదు, సహజమైంది, తానే ఆనందం. తనకు వచ్చింది ఆనందం కాదు, తానే ఆనందం. ತಾನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಆನಂದವಲ್ಲ, ತಾನೇ ಆನಂದ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ happiness is not borrowed, is achieved, is acquired. It is not, happiness is not something which I acquire. Happiness is what I am. See the difference. In all other external things, happiness is acquired, achieved through something. It doesn't depend upon any event, any contact, any external objects. Therefore, it is not achieved. It is not acquired. I don't acquire happiness. I am happiness. So, it is natural. So, it doesn't suffer from the dependency. The second defect. The third is, it is full and complete. There is no further improvement to it because it is all absolute. ఇది ఎంత పరిపూర్ణం అంటే ఇంకా ఇంతకంటే ఎక్కువ అనేది లేదు, ఇంకా ఎక్కువ అని చెయ్యరాదు. ఎందుకంటే అనంతానికి ఎక్కువ లేదు. వాట్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ఫినిట్ డజంట్ హ్యావ్ no chance of further improvement because all that you need to improve is already included in it. It is unsurpassing, not subject to improvement. It is complete, full and absolute. Complete, full and absolute. Absolute is absolute. So akshayam sukham ashnute. A brahmajnani, one who understands himself by de-identifying with the sense organs, mind and the intellect. That means by correcting his adhyasa, by correcting his misunderstanding, has an individuality born of misunderstanding. He corrects his identity and discovers his real identity as the Atma. That Atma is absolute, and the happiness is not acquired, it is its very nature. And it doesn't go away because it has not come. It is not acquired one, and it is complete one. Therefore, Akshayam Sukhamashnute 21. But in contrast with the 22nd shloka says, time is up already, I'll just finish in 1 minute. I should have started, there was no charge, cell phone was not charged, so I got delayed. 15 minutes I was delayed in starting it. So just one sentence I say and leave it, I'll explain in the next shloka, next class. Yehi sansparshaja bhoga dukkhayonaya evate. But the all other pleasures and happinesses born of external contact, they are temporary. They suffer from the defect of dependency and subject improvement. Therefore, a wise man, an enlightened man, never get attracted to them, never goes for these external pleasures. In fact, he de-identifies with them. He loses interest for them. He gets a disillusion from them. All his attention is inwardly towards the Atma. He loves to discover the Atma, and he wants to get the happiness of the nature of the Atma, not through others. If you become dependent on external happiness, your mind remains addicted to it. It won't come back. It won't turn inward. That inwardness suffers. This inwardness we'll discuss in the next class. How mind becomes extroverted, it doesn't turn inward. Unless it turns inward, it is not fit for Vedanta. Therefore, those who indulge in external pleasures, money, status, pleasure, all kinds of things, your identification with the sense organs, mind and intellect remains firm. It won't get shaken. Then more you remain identified, your inwardness suffers and you can't discover the Atma, and you remain still an individual alone. Then Vedanta becomes a simple theoretical alone, intellectual alone. It doesn't become your experience. Okay? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 22nd we'll see in the next. Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Okay? Om Narayana.